AITA for walking out when my girlfriend dared me to leave and said I'd come crawling back? She said that after humiliating me in front of her friends. I just replied, "You can start counting." Shortly after, I moved to another city for my dream job. I tripled my salary. A few weeks later, she called me. Looking back, I realized I ignored so many red flags. You could have opened a flag shop with them. Lauren had been wearing me down, little by little, for months, and I was either naive or perhaps too optimistic to see what was really happening. Little comments here, dismissive gestures there. Nothing big enough to cause a fight, but constant enough to make me feel small. It all kept building up, like the time her company hosted a happy hour and she invited me to meet her work friends. I arrived ready to make a good impression. Her friends were already there. Megan, Danielle, and Brittany, all from marketing, all dressed like they were heading straight to a party. Megan was the first to greet me. "Ah, you must be Kevin. Lauren has told us so much about you." "Good things, I hope," I replied. "She said you are very stable." The way she said it made stable sound like a disease. When someone asked what I did for a living, Lauren rushed to answer before I could. "He works with computers, tech stuff. Honestly, I do not even really get it myself." She laughed. Her friends laughed with her. "Software engineering," I corrected. "I work with back-end systems for a financial company." Lauren interrupted me by touching my arm. "He gets all technical like that. It is so cute." Cute, as if I were a kid showing off a poorly drawn picture. I let it go. They were not in the field. They did not need to understand. Still, it stung. Then came the conversation about money. We were talking about traveling, and I suggested we save a bit more first. "You are always so worried about money," she said, rolling her eyes. "We are fine. I am just trying to be responsible. You make good money. I make more." There it was. Simple, casual. I make more. She did make more, about $90,000 a year, plus commissions as a marketing manager. But she had also been living in my apartment for a year without paying rent. She contributed about $200 a month for groceries when she remembered. "You know I am the one who pays for the apartment, right?" I said. "And I appreciate it," she sighed. "But Kevin, you are not struggling. You are just overly careful." I wanted to say that this carefulness was the reason the rent was never late, that it was why we had some savings, but I said nothing. I let it go. Huge mistake. Another time, we went to Brittany's birthday party, a rooftop bar with $20 cocktails and a dress code I could barely meet. I was talking to a guy about his startup when Lauren pulled me aside. "You need to stop doing that." "Stop doing what?" "Talking about work. People get bored when you start talking about code and systems." He asked me what I did. "And you were boring him." I heard him. She squeezed my arm. "Talk about normal things, sports, travel, not work. But you talk about work all the time. It is different. Marketing is interesting. People get it." She kissed my cheek. "I am just trying to help you make a good impression." So I spent the rest of the night talking about sports I did not follow and trips I could not afford. While I was the one paying for an apartment I was practically living in by myself. All of this was leading somewhere, but I did not see it, or maybe I saw it and just did not want to accept it. Until I got the offer. It arrived via email. A tech company in Austin, senior software engineer position, base salary of $150,000. At the time, I was making $68,000. This was not just a raise, it was a different life. I told Lauren that night during dinner. "I got an offer." She mumbled without looking up from her phone. "Senior position in Austin." She finally looked up. "Austin as in Texas?" "Yeah, it is an incredible opportunity. The base salary alone is almost triple what I make now." She laughed. "You cannot be serious about moving to Texas." "I am. This is the kind of opening I have been waiting for years." "Kevin, be realistic. My job is here. My friends are here. Our life is here. It is not just about the money." "Your job is already good," she said, returning to her phone. "This is just one of your phases. You will change your mind tomorrow." I did not change my mind the next day or the day after. But I did not push it either. I had 2 weeks to decide. I thought we would talk it over properly later. We did not. And then came the dinner party at our place. Lauren asked me to cook. She always did when her friends came over because, according to her, "You are good at it." I am not. I spent 2 hours preparing salmon, roasted vegetables, and homemade pasta while she got ready with her makeup and hair. She changed her outfit 3 times. Her friends arrived on time. Megan, Danielle, and Brittany, all dressed like they were heading to a photo shoot. Kevin's playing chef tonight, Megan announced as if it were the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, he is good for something, Lauren added, laughing. I brought the food to the table. They barely commented on it. The dinner started acceptably. They talked about work, influencer gossip, and a trip to Miami they were planning. I ate in silence, trying to find an opening to join the conversation, until Danielle turned to Lauren. So, did you close that luxury car deal yet? Not yet, but I am in the final stages, she replied. It is a $200,000 contract. That is insane. You are killing it. Brittany then looked at me. And you, Kevin? Still doing the computer thing? Software engineering, right? Actually, I received an offer for a senior position. Lauren cut me off immediately. He is thinking of moving to Texas over it, she said, laughing. As if that would ever actually happen. The table went silent. Danielle raised her eyebrows. Wait, you would move for a job? Away from Lauren? It is a very good opportunity, I replied. It triples my current salary. Megan leaned forward. Triples? What are you making now? Like $50,000. $68,000. Brittany actually laughed. Oh, that is cute. Lauren, did not you say you make around $90,000? Danielle asked. Plus commissions, she replied, smiling now. So, yeah, I make more than him. She shrugged. That is why this whole Texas thing is ridiculous. Basically, I am the breadwinner here. The words hit me like a punch. You do not pay rent, I said. The table went completely silent. Lauren's smile vanished. What did you say? You have not paid rent in a year. I pay for the apartment, the bills, the groceries. You chip in about $200 a month, when you do. Her face turned red. Oh my God, are you really doing this in front of my friends? This is pathetic. I am just stating facts. No, you are being petty because you are embarrassed. She laughed nervously, looking at her friends. Can you believe this? Danielle shifted uncomfortably. Maybe we should. No, Lauren cut in. We are going to talk about this now. She turned to me. Kevin, if you are so unhappy, then leave. Go to Texas. Take that ridiculous offer and see how far you get. Without me. Without you. Yes. You think you are something because some company made you an offer? Please. Her voice rose. You are boring, Kevin. You spend your weekends playing video games and writing code. I am the one with the social life. The connections. A real career. Megan stared at her plate. Lauren, I think. Let me finish. She was on a roll now. He has been whining about this offer for weeks like it is some big dilemma. Here is the truth. You will not take it. You are a coward. You will stay here in your safe little job and keep cooking my dinners because that is who you are. She crossed her arms. You need me to be interesting. I put down my fork. My hands were shaking, but my voice came out steady. So you think I need you? I know you do. She leaned back in her chair. And honestly, if you want to go, then go. In less than a month, you will come back begging when you realize how lonely Texas is without someone who actually cares about you. I looked at her, this woman I had spent 2.5 years with, whom I had supported, cooked for, and cared for, and for the first time, I saw her clearly. I stood up. You can start counting. She blinked. What did you say? 1 month? Start counting from today. I went to the bedroom and grabbed my laptop bag and my keys. My heart was pounding, but I was strangely calm. Lauren followed me, laughing humorlessly. Where are you going? Stop being dramatic. Sit down, Kevin. My friends are here. Your friends just watched you humiliate me, I replied. Enjoy your dinner. I opened the door. This is exactly what I am talking about, she yelled. You cannot handle confrontation. You run away. I turned back. I am not running away. I am leaving. There is a difference. I walked out and closed the door behind me. I drove to a hotel and checked in. I sat on the bed for about 20 minutes, staring at nothing. Then I opened my laptop and replied to the email from Austin. I accept the offer. When can I start? The response came 15 minutes later. Does 2 weeks work for you? We will handle all the relocation. I confirmed. I stayed there, alone in that hotel room, and let it all out. The anger, the hurt, the humiliation of being belittled in front of her friends while they ate a meal I had spent hours preparing. But something else came too, clarity. She was right about one thing. I was stable, reliable, and careful. But I was not boring. I was not someone who needed her to be interesting. I was someone who had just accepted a job that would triple my salary and change my entire life. And she was no longer part of it. The next morning, I went back to the apartment while Lauren was at brunch with her friends. I packed the essentials: clothes, my laptop, important documents, toiletries, everything I would need for the next 2 weeks. Then I wrote a note. I took the job. I am moving to Austin in 2 weeks. The lease is in my name. You have 30 days to find another place. I will pay this month's rent to give you time. After that, you are on your own. I signed it, Kevin. I left the note on the kitchen counter next to my key. That afternoon, Lauren called 6 times. I did not answer. She texted me, "Are you serious? You are going to make this huge scene over one dinner?" I replied only once. It is not a scene. It is a decision. You have 30 days. You cannot just kick me out. We have been together for over 2 years. The lease is in my name. You never paid rent. Legally, you are not a formal tenant. 30 days notice is generous. She lost it. This is insane. My friends think you have lost your mind. I blocked her number. She called from Megan's phone. I blocked that one too. The next day, she showed up at my work. Security called. "There is a Lauren here who wants to talk to you. Tell her I am in a meeting. She says it is urgent. Tell her to leave, or I will report her for harassment." She left. The next 2 weeks were a blur. I submitted my resignation at work. My boss was disappointed but understanding. My team took me out for a farewell lunch. I discovered that they genuinely liked me, respected me, and thought I was good at what I did. It is funny, I had forgotten what that felt like. I hired movers and arranged everything for Austin. The company put me in touch with a relocation specialist who found a great apartment downtown, modern, clean, and close to the office. Lauren tried everything: texts from different numbers, emails. Even her mom called. "Kevin, this is ridiculous," she had said, relaying Lauren's message. "She made a mistake, but you are being cruel. She has nowhere to go. She has 30 days. That is more than most people would get. You are going to regret this when you are all alone in Texas. Maybe, but I will be making $150,000 a year while I am regretting it." I hung up. The day before I left, Lauren showed up at the apartment while I was loading the moving truck. "Are you really doing this?" she said. She looked awful, with no makeup, puffy eyes, and her hair thrown up messily. "Yes, I am. Because of what I said at that dinner? You are so petty. Petty is humiliating your boyfriend in front of your friends while he is cooking for you." I did not mean it. I had too much to drink. I just wanted to show off. I know, and that makes it worse. It means that is what you really think of me. You just usually have enough sense not to say it out loud. She started to cry. "Please, can we fix this? I will apologize to everyone. I do not care what you make." "Then what do you want?" "Nothing," I replied. "From you, I want nothing anymore." I got in my car. She stood there crying in the parking lot as I drove away. I did not look back. Austin was exactly what I needed. The apartment was perfect, modern, clean, and mine. No one else's clothes in the closet, no mess that was not my own. The job was incredible, with a smart team, a collaborative environment, and challenging projects. In my first week, my manager pulled me aside. "I just wanted to say we are really happy to have you here. Your interview was one of the strongest we have ever had." I almost did not know what to say. It had been too long since anyone had said something like that. The first paycheck hit my account, $6,150 after taxes and benefits, more than I used to make in an entire month. Every couple of weeks, I bought new furniture, a decent work setup, a real bed, and art for the walls. I joined a rock climbing gym. I made friends. They invited me on a climbing trip. I attended a tech meetup. I met people who understood what I did, who got excited about the same problems I was solving. Little by little, I started to remember who I was before Lauren convinced me I was boring. Through mutual friends, I heard the updates. Lauren had moved back in with her parents. She could not afford an apartment on her $90,000 salary once she had to actually pay rent. Her friends stopped inviting her out. Word about the dinner incident got around. Megan had apparently said it gave her secondhand embarrassment. She lost the contract with the car brand. Her performance at work plummeted. She was asking everyone for my new number, my new address. I did not care. A few weeks after the move, my phone rang with an Austin number I did not recognize. I almost did not answer. "Hello, Kevin." "Oh my God, you answered." My stomach sank. "Lauren, how did you get this number?" "I am in Austin." "What?" I flew in. I needed to see you. How did you get my address? Ryan gave it to me. Ryan. I would have to have a word with him later. Please, I am downstairs. Can I come up? I went down to the lobby. She was sitting in a chair, looking tired, a far cry from the always impeccable version of herself. Nice building, she said when she saw me. What are you doing here, Lauren? I needed to apologize. That dinner was a mistake. I was insecure, and I took it all out on you. I did not mean any of it. You said I was boring, that I needed you to be interesting, that I would come back begging. I was wrong. She took a deep breath. Look at you. New city, new job, new place. You are doing so well. Her eyes filled with tears. And I miss you. I miss us. I can get a job here. We can start over. I looked at her. Do you really think I want you to move here? She took a shaky breath. We were good together, before I screwed everything up. I felt insecure about your offer because it made me feel small. And you have changed now. I have. How have you changed? I shook my head. No. You loved having someone who cooked your dinners and paid your rent while you told your friends how successful you were. That is not fair. You made $90,000 and contributed $200 a month while calling yourself the breadwinner. She started to really cry then. I know. I was horrible. She was silent for a second, then looked up. But people make mistakes. Don't I deserve a second chance? You said I would be back begging in a month. It has been 4 weeks, and here you are in Austin, begging. Do not be cruel. I am not being cruel. I am being honest. You needed me to stay small so you could feel big. Now that I have actually succeeded, you cannot handle it. That is not true. I want you to succeed. Just not more than you. That is why you hated the offer. Please, she whispered. Just give me one more chance. No. I looked at her, and I felt nothing. You said I would be alone in Texas, with no one who cared about me. Turns out, I have made friends. I got invited on a climbing trip. My team respects what I do. I am not lonely at all. She swallowed hard. Are you seeing someone? That is not your business anymore. Her face hardened. So you just moved on. Replace me that fast. I did not replace you. I upgraded my entire life. You were part of the old version. I turned toward the elevator. You are going to regret this, she yelled. I came all this way. I looked back one last time. You can start counting. The elevator doors closed. 2 months later, I got a message on LinkedIn. Lauren Morrison, saw your promotion to lead engineer. Congratulations. You were right about everything. I hope you are happy. I read it once. I did not reply. I closed LinkedIn. My phone buzzed. A text from a climbing friend. Meetup still on for tonight. Yep, I will be there, I typed back. I grabbed my keys and walked out into the Austin sun. I never thought about her again. Comment. I find that stories like this really remind us of the quiet strength it takes to choose yourself. True self-respect is not about proving others wrong, but about proving to yourself that you deserve peace. Setting boundaries can feel difficult, but it is one of the kindest things you can do for your future self. We are each responsible for the life we create and the standards we set in our relationships. Sometimes, the most powerful move is not to fight back, but to simply walk away and build a better life elsewhere. Your environment matters so much. Surround yourself with people who see your light, not those who try to dim it. Healing does not always have to be loud or dramatic. Often, it is a quiet process of rediscovering who you are when you are no longer trying to fit into someone else's small box. I hope this reminds you that you have the power to write your own next chapter. Always choose the path that leads to well-being. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.